ones that...
Hi, everyone. Welcome back into My Chamber TV, the heartbeat of our community. I'm your host, Barbara Marvell Kelly, and my co-host today is Mr. Paul Friedlander from the West Pasco Chamber of Commerce.
And as always, happy to be here with you, girl.
I know. You are bringing some amazing guests, as always. I just said to Paul, I said, what did you do? Design this show around all my loves and interests and everything, from empowerment with our life coach, working with kids and parents, and now...
Art.
You know what? I am going to let you introduce Marc. Is it De Waele?
De Waele.
De Waele.
Wow.
I'm going to let you introduce Marc, because this man is amazing. Congratulations for all your accomplishments. Welcome.
You. Thank you for having me.
I'm gonna let Barb take the interview, but guys, I want to let you know, I met this gentleman probably 3 or 4 years ago. Personal friends. St. Patty's Day party. For many of you out there, you know Wendy. Captain Wendy Longman, who owns Windsong Charters, good friends with her. He came into the chamber office, recognized him, but let me give you a little bit of background on this guy. He learned his trade, and I'll let Barb talk about the things he's done in the community and elsewhere, but he learned his trade when he was 14 years old from his uncle in Belgium, who was a master blacksmith. When he was 22 years old, he spent 4 years helping the King of Belgium restore the palace. So this gentleman comes to you with a really unique background, and I can't wait for Barb to ask him questions and you guys get a chance to know Marc.
I am really honored, because I think that this, having the kind of work that you're doing is truly a gift. You were born with this gift.
Yeah, it was a gift, but also I had a lot to learn. Like Paul told, when I was 14 years old, I worked with my uncle, and he learned me all the techniques to forge metal and everything, so that was my first thing. Then when I was, I think, 17 years old, I started with the Academy for Fine Art. Then in the same time when I did this, I was becoming, because the Academy, I was becoming interested in what we name the forgotten techniques. And what it is like restoration from paintings, but also polymentvergulding and everything. Nobody knows what that is. In some schools it still teach, but up a really small, more theoretic than practice. But I wanted to know it because from my 20 years old I started developing my own style in my paintings. And it's named Realisme Fantastique. And that's why I wanted the old techniques, bring it back in my paintings. One of the attachments.
Word. Look at that.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
I am breathless.
And to study this, I needed private people that could learn with me, because there were no schools. So I really knocked it on different people's doors, retired restaurateurs, and I also came from, okay, I want to learn that. Some had to pay, some gave it me. And that's how I learned this thing. Then when I was 22 years old, the palace was coming open for restoration. And I thought many people told me you should go there, that's what, I said, man, the palace, come on. So I was over there, I had to do an exam, and one of the problems they had was polymentvergulding. The techniques I learned it in the back. And that brought me in the palace for helping to restore the whole palace. And I worked there for 4 years for the king.
40?
4 years.
4 years. Oh,
yeah.
4 years.
4 years.
So you basically learned the art that was necessary to restore the palace.
To restore the palace, yeah.
That's amazing.
But then, once you were working there, each little detail, people that were specialized all over Europe, all over the world, were flying down there and learned there's especially thing. So I learned a lot of this.
Oh my!
And I did a lot of expositions in the meantime. I had an agent in the time, and I did a lot of expositions all around in Europe with my paintings. But I still had a dream. I had a dream to do actually my studio, and I loved it Spain at the time. And I'm happy I chose that actually to be short and a little bit. Florida. So I was coming over here and I wanted to build my outside studio. So I could build my sculptures, I could build my paintings. That's completely settlement. Because in Belgium I traveled it a lot and I never had one spot.
You couldn't settle in.
Yeah, I couldn't settle in. I had to go to there, and I was in France, and I was there, and I was everywhere. And so that's why I tried to capture this here. And right now I do sculpture. I do more sculptures right now than painting. Because,
Really?
yeah,
Well,
I do
is,
more
it, do you,
sculpture
is
than
that what you
painting.
favor more so?
It's both, but it's completely different. Metalwork is hard, it's tough, but it's all pretty much.
Wow.
It's all pretty much the same because it's all first designing, and that's what I'm doing. If I have a client, I talk to the client.
Yes.
I go with what they need. I try to figure out what their colors are, what their style is, what their thing is, and I make designs.
So, one of a kind, right? One of a kind.
One of a kind,
Yes.
yeah.
Wow.
And I make designs, and then I present it, and then we go from there and build it till I have the piece that they really want. And that can be architectural art, or that can be pure regular art that's coming from me. So I mix it all up. Yeah.
That
So
sounds
that's
so
what I'm
exciting.
doing right now.
Oh, wow. Well, it sounds like you're really fulfilling that dream that you've dreamed all about.
Yes. And I have actually, I would like to tell one thing more. We really want to build on studio home. We have one, but we want to build a really professional studio home. It will take us a little bit, but after that, we want to start on school.
That was my next question.
Yeah, I want to start my private school. And also the way who I have learned a lot of my things, that's what I want to give back.
Pass along to the next generation.
Yeah.
We
And
were
I
just
haven't
talking
all figured out how I go to do this. It go to be, I go to cooking too for the
you go.
people, and they go to have a nice experiment. Like the Saturday and the Sunday, I have it all figured out. I have the name for the school. It's Il Tempio d'Arte. Il Tempio is the art temple.
I love
Il
it.
Tempio d'Arte. And it go to be something that people can do, can come into, learn something, and then it will split up from there because you will have people that want to more go deeper in this, deeper in that,
and
more
advanced.
Yes. So that's my new goal. That's my new goal.
Wonderful. You are really a motivation. I'll tell you, you ought to hook up with Rob. Because getting art with these kids that are having their little I can just see
I would love to do
such
that.
a bridge
Yes.
because
I
art,
would love
art is,
to do
it's
that.
so
I would love to do that.
expressive and you're being creative. You're getting your mind off of things whatever that bug you.
And I believe you've gotten involved with Jose and the
Yes. I'm resigning the benches.
and resending it and helping do all the new fascia in downtown Newport Richey.
Yes.
So, and if anybody's been to Dulcet and seen those beautiful railings in the stairway,
amazing.
This young man right here was responsible for that.
Wow.
And I believe if you've been to the Co Bell Tower?
The Buck Tower.
Buck Tower.
Buck Tower. I restored the Buck Tower on the outside, the marble that all was damaged from lightning all over the years.
Goodness.
And
So
that's
I
in
restored
where
the
is that?
That
That's
is
in Lake Wales.
Lake Wales.
Lake Wales.
Lake Wales. Yeah.
You've been around the world.
Yeah, but not enough. I need to do
Not
more.
enough,
I need
not
to do
enough.
more.
Well, I tell you, you are such an interesting man, and what you are a perfect example to set for generations coming up. Fulfilling your dream
Oh, thank you so much.
in art.
Yeah.
In art, I think that is just so fabulous. So what are you working on right now? Do you work on several projects at one time?
Yes, right now I do a little bit. I have here clients coming in, I have there things coming in, but I'm working on a nice project for people on the river here. I'm doing big gates, but really big. It's like 9-10 feet high, all forged, all thick aluminum. And but also with nice little fantasies on, like butterflies and things, the letters. So we're coloring this, and they go up this week. Then I'm working on table legs. I'm working on another sculpture home. I just got a phone call in for another sculpture for a community. So yeah, we busy. We busy.
You're going to need to get that school going so
I
you
know,
can hire your students to help you, right?
I know.
That's in the plan.
That's in the plan. That's in the plan. That's a big plan, but that's the plan. Yeah.
Well, it certainly sounds that you have are really giving back in the way of the art world, and such
I would love
unusual
to.
sculptures. Those were amazing.
Well, thank you so much.
And
Thank
now,
you so much.
what is the medium that you use with the paintings that you were doing?
The paintings, I work on canvas, and most of the time the canvas is completely laid out with gold leaf. Then I start painting with oil in different layers on the gold leaf. That's the most common thing. But also I work with regular paint on canvas, but it's all oil.
Oh.
I was blessed for my birthday to get for my gift. I got an absolutely beautiful
And that was a
painting.
pastel aquarelle.
It was beautiful.
Oh my
God.
word.
If I'd have thought of it, I'd taken it off the wall and brought it in.
Oh my goodness, that is so exciting. And you've been doing, now did you start, I have to ask this, we only have a couple minutes before our break. Did you start at a young age, when you were a little tyke?
I started it actually when I was 11, 12 years old. That's where I find it. I was growing up pretty much by myself. I mean, I had my parents, and they were, my father was nothing. My mom had a kind of relation with. I grew it up by my grandparents, and they were like small farmers, and they let me do whatever. So I started building and building and building and building. That's what I did.
Oh.
But then eventually I was, we had in the family, on my uncle's side, his wife's father and brother were the big decorators in town. But really high up. They were really high up. And there's people were coming over to drink something by my grandma. And I saw there's people coming in with these white heels, with, you know, the white shirts. And I thought, oh my God, I want one to be like those. I want to be like those. They never learned me something. They never did something, but that was in my mind. And then via the schools, and eventually I was sipping in tot that.
Sure.
Awesome.
So who you becoming an artist, I don't really know, but it shifted pretty fast for me because the relation with working on the palace.
Oh my goodness.
That gave me a lot of publicity. Developing my own style gave me a lot of publicity, and it encouraged me into completely doing that stuff.
Well, I'll tell you, that's quite a story. And of course, you've probably seen the website and how to get in touch with you.
Yep.
You do custom work.
Yes.
You have work already produced and created where you can purchase now. And I tell you, Marc, this has been such a delight. I hope you'll come back on our show.
Thank you so much. Nice talking to you.
Wow,
and thank you for having me.
This is amazing. And I want to come see some of your work.
Sure.
Personally, I definitely do.
Sure. We have not really worked in galleries right now. For the last 2 years, I took it all inside, and but we have a private home. We have a private exhibition there.
That's cool.
So where people can coming in and hang out and whatever. But eventually we will have much more going out and everything.
That's so
we
wonderful.
can. People can always keep in touch by marcdewaele.com or Art Symphony LLC.com. So we have 2 different websites.
I love that Art Symphony. Is that just? Oh, it just makes you feel good.
Art Symphony was an exposition in Belgium. And that's the reason, again, why I have 2 websites, because I did an exposition. If I did an exposition, many people was asking me, because my expositions were big. I mean, we talk about over thousands of people. And then people were coming over and telling me, Marc, you do so much more. Why you show it not? I said, I cannot.
Well, I'll tell you, we could keep you here all day long, and I just want to hear more. But it's time for a break. I can't thank you enough.
Thank you so much.
And I hope you'll come back again.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll be right back.